Thank you.
So we're going to hark back now to 1982. The newly launched compact disc, the CD, was at the cutting edge of modern music technology. More than 200 billion was sold over the next 2 decades.
What have you done with all your CDs? A new survey by YouGov reveals that just 6% of young people are buying CDs, and most people who still use them are not purchasing new ones.
So let's hear what some people had to say about the death of the disc.
Not bought one in donks. Absolutely years now, a new generation, isn't it? MP3s.
We've still got a CD player of sorts, but we don't tend to play them because we download most of the stuff now, don't we?
I'm quite emotionally attached to them. I bought that one during a breakup and I bought that one after a great holiday, and so I'm not so sure that I will get rid of them.
I prefer CDs, to be honest. I like to have a hard copy of something rather than if my phone dies I won't be able to listen to it, so I like to have them.
It's just easier to use iTunes or, I don't know, YouTube even.
I have them in my car. I'll probably keep them in my car just in case my phone dies.
Yeah.
See, if I go to a gig, then I'll buy one from the artist.
Yeah.
Like especially if it's a smaller band, then they'll sign it as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice. It's like a little memento sort of thing.
I like the artwork, which you don't really sort of get properly now, do you, with the phone.
I buy my mum them every year.
Yeah, I buy my mum like
my mum still
and
listens
grandma,
to them.
yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't know how to use Spotify or anything.
Well, so are you still buying CDs? Have they lost their shine? We're joined by the singer Rowetta and the music historian Rob Fiddaman. Morning, both. And you've brought your favourites as well, haven't you?
Some of them, yeah.
Rowetta, tell us, do you still love CDs?
I do, and as well because I'm in the band Happy Mondays, so we love the fact that people still love CDs, but it is older people really buying the CDs now. It's not the same as Top of the Pops when people used to go and buy the favourite single when seeing a band on the telly and stuff. Now it is more downloading, and it's a shame because I love the covers and the vinyl LPs, but even for the CDs, I love covers, but I end up buying things like this one.
Hold on, let's just go. Can we go through them?
Of course.
They're yours, so
yeah,
I
they're from my car. I've just got them out of my car.
So we got Bob Marley.
brilliant.
Are these all sort of memory moments for you? So you see, I'm not familiar with this.
Crass, they're my favourite band when I was a kid, so I love this, and I've got Stations of the Crass at home I play on vinyl, but this was my favourite CD of theirs. It's mainly the singles, so I buy now Gracie's Hits for the car on CD, and I think a lot of older people do that, rather than buying singles, and Prince, of course.
Look at that.
With all the favourites on, so when you're driving along, so I do buy them like that, but I don't buy them like we used to. But, you know, but there's also a market for MP3, so I do like it for house music. It works for me better than CDs, but when Happy Mondays release an album, we'll be asking, everyone come and buy our CD or our, you know, rather than download it.
Rob, tell us a little bit about the history of the CD.
Well, I think the first one was ABBA, the Visitors, which was released in 1983. And I think really towards the late sort of 90s, you had Napster, MySpace, and then Spotify, which really affected the market. In places like Japan, though, it's still quite a strong market over there because they've been a bit slow on the get-go of kind of streaming. But, you know, whether you like CDs or you don't like CDs, I mean, if you like a certain artist like Madonna, per se, or Michael Jackson, you will get that specific collector that will want to collect that CD or that box set. I mean, interestingly enough, a lot of the car manufacturers like Ford and Telsa, they've stopped putting CDs in, in cars. Now, in my Audi, which is a couple of years old, I've got one, but I drive a 1973 VW Beetle around, and I can only pick up 3 radio stations, so I've got a CD player. So I've got 3 or 4 different variations of Liam Gallagher's album on vinyl, but I actually found that I had to go to buy his CD to play it in the car.
Right.
So
It is really now for cars, isn't it, CDs? Yes. That most people have them, I think, rather than for anything else. We don't really listen at home to our CDs.
Well, I was going to ask that question. If we were to, you know, do the keyhole thing, are there lots of CDs in your respective houses?
Vinyl. Really, mainly vinyl because of the age I am, really.
Right.
And the bands that I like, you could download for a long time now. I've been able to download them, and my kids have probably nicked all my CDs.
What about in your house, Rob?
Well, I collect and I DJ and play vinyl, but people like my parents' age or sort of 50s upwards, they don't really want to fiddle around with Spotify and different things. They find it easier to pick the CD up, put it in, press play. You know,
And people still come and like them signed. I love that they bring something to get signed, which you can't do with MP3s.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. But now a lot of people, they want selfies instead of signing your albums, which is a great part of, bringing out music and having your favourite band sign them. Was great.
Do you think that at some point, I mean, it is, well, first of all, one thing, vinyl, that's seen such a resurgence, hasn't it?
I think last year we saw, within 25 years, it was the biggest amount of sales. I think it started around 2006, 2007. They sold about £1 million worth of vinyl, and it went up to about 12, 13 million last year.
What is it about vinyl? Is it literally the physicality of it over CDs?
Some of the covers are iconic. They're beautiful. You know, you can pick them up, you can look at them, you can frame them, you can hold them, where you can't with MP3 and when you're streaming stuff.
And the sound of them as well, don't you think?
I mean, there was all this thing about, CDs, the sounds are going to be fantastic, everything. But when I play vinyl, it sounds totally different.
It's better. Even with little scratches on and crackles, I love vinyl. But I just think it's a shame if we're not going to have anything physical. It is great. And I love the artwork on all of them, And
the artwork's lovely.
It's beautiful on some of them.
When I DJ anyway, I use vinyl. I've seen people do it with CDs. It's not the same. People coming over, oh my God, they're not CDs.
Well, anyone can do it with CDs, unfortunately. And they do.
Yeah. But from a collectability point of view, some of them, as you say, there were so many made, so many thrown away.
Yeah.
I think within the next 5 years, it will be more streaming and vinyl.
Downloading is good. It's great for house
music.
Yeah,
do you know?
I've got loads of CDs.
Have you? Well, go and have a little look through.
Go to the club, hear a tune you like. You can download it when you get in. You can't go to the shop and buy a CD.
My prediction would be that Carol has got quite a few CDs. What do you think? Do you think she has or not?
I don't think she has.
Carol, have you got CDs still?
I have, but I don't listen to them, Charlie. I download everything now.